I don't know about making this video. You see, the video is about charisma, and I'm still new. The channel's still new. I still got a long ways to go when it comes to charisma. But on the other hand, I've done the research, I've done the study, and I'm working on it. The reason why I feel as though I should make this video is because the information that I have learned and that I am applying and in the process of applying, the growth that I'm experiencing and the growth that I'm about to experience are all things that can help you. So I'm going to go ahead and make this video in spite of myself. So this video is about charisma. Please excuse me for making this video, but there's a lot of good stuff in there, and I'm working on charisma, and you can be working on charisma too. I'm sure it's something that you'd love to see more and more of in your videos. My charisma is still in process, but the content I think you'll find will be extremely helpful. I know you'll find it to be extremely helpful and extremely valuable, and I hope that you get a lot out of this video. I'm sure you will. And allow me to just say thank you for watching right up front. Hi and welcome or welcome back. I'm George Pierce, and this video is about how to tap into your charisma. Allow me to share that we're all born with charisma. We all have charisma, and I'm going to get to that in just a little bit. And this video is about how you can tap into it. Before we begin, I want to remind you that this channel is about helping you to make money online and growing a YouTube channel. So if either of those two or both are of interest to you, consider hitting the subscribe button and ringing that bell, and that way you won't miss out on future videos. Now let us begin with why charisma is so essential, especially on YouTube. And it is sincerely very essential on YouTube. And I'm going to ask you to stay to the end, because at the end I'm going to share with you a way that you can manufacture enthusiasm and charisma on demand. You can manufacture it on demand. So I mentioned earlier that everyone has charisma. Some of you may be doubting that. What happens is, well, think back to when you were a child. Think back to children. All children have charisma. They're all bubbly and energetic and so forth, and they all have charisma. What happens is, over time, that charisma tends to go away. We tend to grow up, and then we kind of cover that charisma up. So you still have charisma, and just think of it this way, that it's been kind of carpeted over. And in this video, I'm going to help you to pull that carpet back. But we're going to pull that carpet away. We're going to expose that charisma and just let it come out. That's what you have to look forward in this video. So let's talk about charisma, specifically how charisma matters. Why does it matter on YouTube, especially on YouTube? Why is it so important? Well, on YouTube, it really matters because we're kind of there in person. So how do we spark that? How do we engage that? How do we make that happen? And if we can become more magnetic, more charismatic, more engaging, what's that going to do to help us? What's that going to do to help our video? It's going to help us because people are more likely to watch our videos. People are more likely to stay. So if we can make a more engaging, a more magnetic video, a more charismatic video, then it's certainly going to pay off, right? I'm sold on charisma. It's a huge plus for YouTube. If you're on YouTube, I think that you'll agree, or I hope that you'll agree. So let's kind of analyze or take a look at charisma. The first thing we want to look at, or the first thing I want to share with you, is that charismatic people are confident. That's one of the things that you're going to notice about somebody with charisma. They are confident. They speak with confidence. Their confidence shows. They speak with authority. They speak with conviction. So they have a certain confidence. I'm going to share with you some simple tips that will help you with this confidence. They also have an energy. There's a certain energy, there's a certain spark, there's a certain joy, there's a certain joie de vivre, there's a certain joy of life. charismatic people, or charisma comes across as kind of a form of engagement, a form of energy, a spark of life. The third thing that charismatic people is they develop a connection. They connect with the people that they are talking with. They connect with their audience if they're on YouTube. They develop that connection, and that connection is part of that magnetism that's going to keep people glued to that video. You want people glued to your video right to the very end. And that's part of what this charisma is going to do for you. That's part of how it's going to help you. And I'm going to share some tips with you that will help you to draw it out, to bring it out. We're going to pull that carpet back. The first thing I want to help you with, which will help you to show confidence, is if you're not already in a niche, if you're not already doing videos about something that you love or that you're passionate about, or preferably both. You've heard it before, and you're going to hear it again and again, but it's true, and that is to build your niche or build your videos around something that you are passionate about, something that you love. Well, for one thing, if you're passionate about it and you love about it and you love it, then you have a lot of knowledge. You know what you're talking about, so you can speak with authority. You can speak with confidence. You can speak with confidence. One of those ingredients of charisma. But charisma is sort of we think of it as kind of like magic or whatever, and if you don't have the magic, you're out of luck. No, not true. You just got to work on it a little bit, that's all. The next step is to practice. Practice by making videos, or maybe not even making the videos. Maybe practice what you're going to say several times until you're happy with it. And then you still maybe practice several times. But the more practice that you do, the more videos that you make, of course, the better and better and better that you're going to get. But I'm going to add a little bit more to the practice. I want you to practice with charisma in mind. I want you to practice with the vision that you're going to be more charismatic. If you can visualize your goal, it's much easier to achieve it. So that's what I'm talking about by practicing with charisma in mind. Just do that. And what's going to happen is the brain is going to kick in. The brain is going to help you. It's going to help you. It's going to help me. It's going to help all of us get what we want. So we just have to make sure that we direct it towards what we want. It's actually based on science, which is called psycho-cybernetics. Psycho-cybernetics. The fact is that this is actually scientifically proven. Nowadays it's called attraction. This is actually scientifically proven to work. So if we practice with the idea that we want to get more and more charismatic, we will get more and more charismatic. Our brain is going to do everything that it can. That's the way it's programmed. That's the way it's designed. It is designed to do our bidding. It's designed to provide us with what we want. So we simply have to take advantage of that, you might say, by telling it what we want, by planting that seed, by planting that thought. So that's why I wanted to share with you that, of course, you need to practice, but you may not realize how important it is to practice with the idea, with the thought in mind, with that thought, with that mindset that you're going to get more and more charismatic. But charisma is important. Now, one other thing is to do your best to have fun. You want to have fun, so that's part of that joy to vivre, that spark, that energy. Have fun. Have fun. I don't know. I can't. I'd love to tell you how to make it fun, but if you again go in with the mindset that you're going to have fun, this video is going to be fun, and I'm going to do it with more charisma than I've ever had. In every video, I'm going to have more fun and more charisma. But go in with that kind of a mindset, and just watch what happens. The brain will deliver. Let me talk about connection. This is a pretty easy tip, in my opinion, to help you to develop a connection. Consider a camera as a friend, or even if you have to invite that friend into the room almost. I mean, imaginary friend is in the room, but you're talking to your friend. It's much easier to connect with a friend. So consider the camera as a friend, and it will be much easier for you to connect. And the better your connection, the better my connection, the better connection that we have with our audience, with our viewer, the more likely they are to watch our videos and to watch them to the end. And that's exactly what we want. I want to talk about being enthusiastic, because enthusiasm and charisma are very closely related. They're very close cousins. They're very closely related. So what if you could manufacture enthusiasm? What if you could manufacture charisma on demand? What I'm going to share with you next is a way to do it. Dale Carnegie said, to be enthusiastic, act enthusiastic. Again, what we're doing is we're playing another game with our brain, so to speak. We're playing another game with our brain. We're going to act enthusiastic. And I'm not acting enthusiastic. I'm doing my very best to truly be enthusiastic. But initially, you're going to be acting enthusiastic. You're going to be, on the inside, you're not very enthusiastic. But on the outside, you're all enthusiastic. Well, very shortly, what's going to happen is that acting enthusiastic is actually going to turn into real enthusiasm. I don't exactly know why, but it will happen. So to be enthusiastic, simply act enthusiastic. I mean, that's pretty simple. And, well, I don't know how to act enthusiastic. Well, okay, well, practice a little bit. Do whatever you got to do. Act enthusiastic. Look, watch yourself on the camera. Don't necessarily publish the video. And I'm not happy with that. Okay, well, try it again. Be more enthusiastic. If you ever noticed in the movies, they sometimes make take after take after take until they get it right, so to speak. And I'm not saying that you need to make thousands of takes, but keep working on it, and each time will get better and better. And that's the other nice thing, is that this is something that you and I have to look forward to. See, I'm still a small, relatively new channel, so I have a lot of fantastic stuff to look forward to. And I've got all these nice milestones. I've got all these fantastic milestones that are happening that the big dogs don't have that joy anymore. So the thing that I want to do, and the thing that I want to share with you, and this is over and above the video, but that's to make sure that you take the time to kind of smell the roses and enjoy the ride. The journey is just as important, if not probably much more important, perhaps. But the journey is certainly as important, if not more important, than the destination. So enjoy the ride. This is the most fun time of your YouTube career, you might say. It really is. That you look back when, before you had money, let's say. If you look back and say, well, we were broke, but we sure did have a good time. You're still learning, but you sure can have a good time. So don't forget to have a good time, and don't forget to smell the roses while you're on that journey. And I have a bonus tip that will help you to kind of make all this happen. It'll help you to make a lot of things happen, because you can apply it to not just being enthusiastic and being charismatic and connecting with the audience and so forth. You can apply it to all kinds of things. Now, before I share this bonus tip with you, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, and that is to simply give this video a like. If you like what you've seen so far, hit that like button, please. And in fact, if you'll like and comment, that will qualify you for our shout out drawing. I have a shout out a couple of times a week, and you'll find a link below to the shout out rules to give you more information. Get back to my bonus tip. My bonus tip is belief. Do you believe that what you've just seen, what you've just discovered, what you just watched is going to work? And if you answer yes, you're right. And if you answer no, you're right. And you've probably heard of Henry Ford, and Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can do a thing or cannot do a thing, you are right. But whichever way you believe, you are right. So that's my bonus tip, is that you have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice to be charismatic. You can peel that carpet back just as well as anybody else can, and you have a choice. You do have a choice to believe or not believe that this will work. And I would strongly suggest, for your own benefit, why not? Why not leave this video with an I can attitude? If you believe that this will work for you, and it will, if you believe it, then why not choose to do that? And then you're going to have more charisma. You're going to have more viewers that will watch your videos longer, better viewer retention, etc. If this is the kind of video that is of benefit to you, is of value to you, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell, and that way you won't miss out on future videos. I do want to thank you for watching. I sincerely appreciate it, and allow me to wish you much charisma and much success. So that's what you have to look forward into. Now, allow me to share with you that, you are not born with charisma. No, that's not what I want to say either. And I'm going to probably edit that